right, let's turn our attention now on the high school platform. AZ Audibles crew, Zach Elvira, Eric Sorensen, and let's just get right into Desert Vista. They make a change after 1 year. We never see that at a power program. Eric, did this surprise you that Ty Wisdom said, I'm too well to attend anymore here at Desert Vista?
Not necessarily, Brad. I mean, Tommy Eubanks was the AD who hired Wisdom. He left to take the Mesa District AD. There are just some things internally that couldn't be resolved. And I think when it comes down to it, Desert Vista needs to decide if they want to go back to being an elite program or if they just want to have some of those internal things just kind of not be changed.
Can you win big at Desert Vista, Zach?
I believe you can.
Is it still
I believe you can.
Yeah.
I think actually Ty Wisdom was on his way to doing that. So with me, I wish he would have been able to kind of work things out. Not him. I wish they as a whole would have been able to work things out and him to come back for another year, because honestly, the kids loved him. Maybe there was some, like Eric said, some internal issues, but I mean, he had that program going in such a positive direction. And with me personally, I think that continuity is the most important thing for these high school athletes at any sport. And now they have to change head coaches again. For some of these kids who have been there since sophomore year on varsity, this is now going to be their third head coach. That's an issue.
All right, let's switch over to Perry. They bring in a really good hire, in my opinion, from over on the west side. Eric?
Yeah, Joe Ortiz is a home run hire, 36-11 at Cactus. Last year, they went to the Open Division. No offense to Jake Barrow and Casa Grande, but I think Cactus, we can all agree, was the best team in 4A. They just destroyed everyone during the regular season. You look at it, Brad, it makes a lot of sense. Ortiz is familiar with the Southeast Valley. He worked on Eddie Zuby's staff at Higley. He also worked with Jennifer Burks, who is now Perry's AD.
Right.
So if you line it up correctly, Ortiz is a home run hire. My question is, like you said, they're sitting in the Premier Region. Here's the good news. They have a huge enrollment. That community, as you've mentioned, Brad, is growing. But the neighbors are so competitive, and it's not just Hamilton and Chandler. It's now Basha, it's Queen Creek, it's Williamsfield, it's Castile. How is he going to do it? I'm not sure, but again, the blueprint is in place, and if they give him time, I think eventually Ortiz could get that program back to where it needs to be.
Zach, it feels to me a little bit like when Chris McDonald went to Basha. He pointed to me one day and said, see all these fields over here? One day they're going to get developed. And yes, he got some transfers, obviously. But the fields are now developed. Basha is probably a preseason look towards next year Open Division team. Can Perry be that in their current setup?
I think not in this current setup. It's going to take time for Joe Ortiz to build that program. It's not going to be an overnight success. Will they get better? Yes. But are they going to be able to contend in that Premier Region for, a region title and then go to the Open Division playoffs? No, not yet. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. It could take 3 years. That's one thing that Joe Ortiz told me that he is willing to actually do. He's willing to wait and try to build this program up. To Eric's point, all these other programs, they have the talent. They are the destination schools for some of these transfers that come in. But here's the thing. Perry is the school they all have to pass in order to get to those other schools like Castile, like Queen Creek, like Basha. With Joe Ortiz there, I think some of those kids might say, okay, let's stop here first and see what we have. And that's where I think they're going to be able to see all the good things that are going to be happening there at Perry under Ortiz, and maybe stop there and go there instead of continuing on to the Bashas and the Castiles and the Queen Creeks.
And to follow up real quick, Brad, on what Zach said, he made a great point. And I think the big word with Perry is opportunity. I mean, there are places on the field that you could go to and play right now. You don't have to go to Chandler or Hamilton and just be one of many. Perry, there's a place for you to play there and play now.
Good stuff there, guys. We'll see you next week. That is AZ Audibles.